Welcome back to Morning Live 9:21 right now. As we get older, yes, we all do, it's time to start changing up your makeup routine, and makeup artist Deepa Berar is here with some tips for mature skin. Donna Skelly joins us, and I hate that you're doing a segment on mature skin because we're about the same age, and I'm like, no, we're not ready for this yet.
Yeah, but at least I didn't have to shave before I came.
Very nice. Yeah, we're good friends. Deepa, let's start putting makeup on her for her so she stops talking.
So, okay, basically with mature skin, you definitely want to make sure that you're paying attention to your moisturizing.
Okay.
So you want to moisturize during the day with a really good SPF level. You definitely want to use something with a little bit of a retinol at night. So what that does is that it encourages collagen production, cell turnover, and it gets rid of some of the fine lines or wrinkles. And but you have to use that at night, not during the day, because if you do use it during the day, it reacts with the sunlight and that can be really bad.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely try retinol. And then what we were talking about earlier is a primer.
That's interesting.
Yeah, using
Think of painting your kitchen.
Well, yes, it's like spackle. It's filling in all those lines.
Yeah, this is lovely. I'm so glad to see you again.
Yeah, I know.
So basically, like, exactly, it fills in any of the pores, it evens everything out. Like, it gives a really good base before you put your foundation on, and it allows your foundation to go on evenly and adhere all day. So you just want a little squeeze. This one's from Smashbox. This is one of the most popular ones out there. You want a little squeeze all over the face. Yeah, and it's clear, so it doesn't alter anything that you put over top of it.
And a primer's actually good for younger skin, too, because it controls oil, right? So it's...
Yes, so that's a really good thing as well. Now, moving on to under the eyes, what you want to do is, this one is by Guerlain. So this is a rejuvenating illuminator. Using an illuminator or a highlight under your eyes.
I'm going to bring you back.
I just got that.
Here. Rejuvenating.
Rejuvenating. So you put a little bit under the eyes, and what that's going to do is just going to highlight the area, and it's going to make it look nice and bright. So I know a lot of ladies will complain that, you know, they look a little bit dull and their skin is, you know, you can have the bags under the eyes and whatnot, but if you use a little bit of an illuminator, it brightens that area and just makes you look a lot more awake and more alert and everything.
And one of the things we were talking about earlier, having been on television for so many years, I didn't understand what daytime makeup should look like and what you should do. And
because
especially
we're used
as
to
you get
the studio
older, right,
makeup,
which is so much heavier. You said tone it down.
Yeah, so you don't need such a heavy coverage. Maybe a tinted moisturizer. I think one of the major mistakes that women make is that they will go in for a really heavy coverage. They think that they have a lot of skin issues, but when you look at them, you're like, your skin is okay. Apart from a little unevenness or sunspots, you don't need to put that much foundation on.
And sometimes too much foundation actually creates more lines,
ages you,
right?
yeah, it emphasizes all of that. So maybe a tinted moisturizer, or even take your foundation if you have one right now, mix a little, like a couple of drops of your moisturizer into it, and that'll thin it out a little bit.
And what about bleeding in lipstick too? That's another...
I have a product right here for you. So a primer for your lips is really important.
I just painted my kitchen. So
this is all very timely.
I have all of this in the garage, by the way.
So basically, it just looks like a little...
I'll tape you off.
It looks like a little chapstick, but you put a little bit of this around your lips, and that's going to stop anything from bleeding out.
That's great. What's it called?
It's just by MAC. This is a Prep and Prime Lip. It's just a silicone base. It just you know, creates sort of like a barrier.
And should an older person, a more mature woman, wear darker lipstick or lighter lipstick, or does it matter?
Darker lipstick is always going to age you. Okay. So a lighter lipstick, and I know that a lot of mature women will say, well, I don't think I can wear gloss, but actually you can. I just wouldn't recommend anything that's too shimmery.
Right.
But a clear gloss always makes your lips look bigger and fuller, and that can make you look, you know, it could take 10 years off your look. Because, you know, when you get older, your lips tend to thin out a little bit.
Now, I'm noticing in your eyes you have liner on the inside of your lid, but that isn't necessarily for everyone?
That is, it really depends on your eye shape and the size of your eyes. If you have smaller eyes, I would avoid that. Okay. If you have bigger eyes, then it makes them look smaller. Yeah. But if you have bigger eyes, then you can definitely do that. If you have smaller eyes, a nice trick is to put a white eyeliner inside, and that'll make it look even bigger.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, what about frosted? You hear that, you know, oh, after a certain age, no frosted makeup at all, like frosted eyeshadow.
I would avoid any shimmer on the face anywhere except for the lips. Like,
because it's just going to set in and increase
it emphasizes the wrinkles.
Yeah.
It definitely emphasizes, because like that glitter will make anything around it look bigger. So you want to avoid that. And then one last tip that we're going to talk about is eyeliner. So now we're using a roll-on eyeliner on Donna here, and that's one thing that women should definitely invest in. This one's by Stila. Basically, it rolls on so easily, so it doesn't pull at the eyes.
Because you've got that skin that, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want anything that
I know,
pulls.
because Deepa has to hold, no, I'm, from personal experience.
I know, everything's being yanked up this way.
She has to hold my eyes now, and it's like, okay, so I'm with you.
And another thing, too, is try to use a lot of cream products. Avoid powder products. Like what we had used on her is a cream blush.
Oh, okay.
So you just use this with like a foundation brush.
That's interesting.
Instead of using a powder blush.
How do you rub that in? How do you, just with a brush?
Just with a brush, you just pat it on.
Like a paintbrush. Do you know what? We've run out of time, but oh, you look great.
But yeah.
Yeah, you're half done. We're all good.
Annette.
So you have all kinds of tutorials actually on your
Yep, on my
site.
YouTube, on my blog, and then you can always tweet me if you have any further questions at all. You know, Deepa Berar is my handle. Yes.
Thank you, Deepa. Thank you, Donna, as well.
You're quite welcome.
Okay, we're back with more Morning Live at 9:30.